Welcome to RUFC TV. Today we're here with Dibbs, and we're excited and happy to say that Nick has agreed to sign on next season with the Red Devils as first team coach and head under 20s coach. Nick, congratulations, thank you. And could we just get your comments in relation to your appointment and your views on next season?
Yeah, so hopefully we're looking to really strengthen our beliefs at Redlands. Obviously we've been around the club for quite a while, teaming up with Rossi and obviously Graham, Harvey coming in as the TDs, an excellent attribution for the club. So to be honest, in a nutshell, we want to have that under 20 squad. There's a clear transition, and it's a very close competitive level that the 20s and the first team need to be an extension of each other. So that's our plan. Obviously I'll be coaching with the first team with Rossi again, but to have that close eye of the 20s is very, very important. We've got to see that as the depth of the first team. We want that 20s team to be our young players coming through. We want that to show that it's a platform for them to break into the first grade. In a nutshell, what we're trying to achieve, or what I want to achieve as a 20s coach, to be honest, is that if I have a matrix of players, including the first team, we can have 2 or 3 players sitting in every position around the park. That it makes us very competitive, not on the outside, obviously in a performance grade football for the first team, but it shows those 20s players who's in front, who have I got to be better than, and it gets you competitive with the inside as well. And that's part of developing some good players, that they see where they've got to be, what their benchmark is, and hopefully they can break in.
Great, thanks. And finally, Nick, can I just get your thoughts on season 2019?
Yeah, so I only come into the teamed up with Rossi probably 7 or 8 weeks into the season, and we both sat down. We've been around this senior football. We've both been head coaches, and we put our heads together. We knew what we had to do and what we had to achieve, and we had to make some changes in personnel, in culture, in the way that we approach games. And to be honest, it took its while, but we done really well. But on the back end of that. It goes to show that with the hard work and the determination and players that buy into what myself and Rossi want to put out on the pitch, you will get the results. If I go back to the 20s role again, you've got players like, perfect example, Jackson Hart-Phillips, Robbie Kramer. They're 2 lads that have come through since under 14s, 15s, or whatever they were with the club, and I've had the privilege of coaching these guys. But they broke into the first team because they deserved it, not because we needed cover. Now, I want every single player that breaks into our first team is because they deserve to be there, not because it's a need to be. So the key point is that on the back of this year, I feel at the end of the season, we've been very competitive. I want us to have a full season as the first team has been very, very competitive, with a very good in-depth under 20s team, and obviously the under 18s feeding into them as well, and we're competitive there as well, and with that the development will happen. We've not even gone into the pre-season yet, and I, off the top of my head, I think there'll be 4, 5, maybe 6 under 20s coming into the squad this year, I hope and I anticipate, that have been with the club more than 10 years, and that's a great advert. Every 20s coach or every first team coach is going to say, can we get a team full of junior Redlands players? It's a lovely thought. Realistically, if we can get 5 or 6 in, you've had a real good hit at numbers. But why not? Let's give it a crack. Can we get our juniors through? That said, part of developing these players is the experience to play alongside experience. And it nurtures the players. So players like David Salin this year, who's been around the boys, and Alex Hastings, they're experienced players and they settle the boys, and that's part of developing. So that blend of youth and experience is important, and obviously we'll be approaching that again this year, myself and Rossi, so those players will be key in the development of the youngsters coming through. So all in all, this year, we've got to be pleased how we finished, but we don't want to be mediocre. We actually want to be competing and developing at the same time. Let's go out and win some games.
Great, thanks Nick. I'm looking forward to season 2020 already.
Cheers, Ray. Thank you.